Hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States here on a Wednesday morning. It is a little bit past 11 a.m., and that can only mean that it is time for some Generations Minecraft server Baby Zombie Rush Beta. I'm starting the stream off by messing with my headphones. I'm starting the stream off a little bit earlier today. Kachi's on early release from school today, so I need to get right over there after the stream to fetch him and bring him on home. And so, yeah, shifting the stream about an hour earlier today. I'd like to start off by welcoming in the Real Fuller Stage. Thank you for the lurk, sir. You should be able to see the auto shout out up there for him. Please go check him out the next time he's streaming. Okay, Baby Zombie Rush Beta, huh? It's been a while. Right, there it is. Okay, cool. All right, refresh. Done. Let's crack this open and have ourselves a butcher. we need to fix this. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, so we are currently working on the... Yes, we are still grinding away on the aqua parkour because it's one of those things that turns out to be way more difficult than anyone would ever have thought of it being. But the idea is the player is being pursued by baby zombies. They go past this option, decide to take a right. When they cross through these blocks or over them, it'll activate, it'll flood this this pathway, and parkour features will pop out of the walls. Also, a barrier will be placed here so they can't get out, but the baby zombies will be able to come in under the barrier. And so the player can try to wade through the water if they would like, but that's very, very slow. Or they can parkour across the parkour features. They drop down on the other side. When they press this button, they'll be given goodies, a pair of Depth Strider 3 boots, and a stick with a shillelagh, a cudgel with knockback 2 on it. They can then begin to make their way through the water, knock back the baby zombies, and right about when they get to here, an etho, come on, Thunder, please. A Harper clock will then deactivate all of this stuff. They'll get over to here. The barrier will either come down or the barrier will stay up, and some more pieces of it will appear so the player can climb up over it and out and on their way down. And then probably when they get about to here, maybe some parts of it will, or maybe not. Maybe the baby zombies can climb up over as well. And they're on their way, and we get, maybe if they round this corner or go back the other way or whatever, after a few moments, all this will also disappear. So that's the idea behind us. Sounds complicated when I describe it, but and it is quite complicated to build. You know, if you're going to be trying to preserve as much of the real game survival mechanics as possible, in this case, that's not entirely possible. There's some command blocks, as you can see down below, that need to be in place and whatnot. So mostly just for the barrier. But yeah, that's where we're at. And the last time we got the timing down on the stopper clock, right? The reset clock, stopper clock, the reset clock. So we got the reset clock working. The key to this was the comparator with the output. Yeah, extending the output after this, and reading what was in the hopper at the time, and signal strength. Signal strength is what I really want to say. Getting the signal strength on the output is a big part of this. All right, just so we can get caught up, let's make a run of it. See, we're good there. We should be good here. And I think I was testing this out. All right, so let's do this. I think I'm ready to go. Let's try it out. So players running through here. There are the parkour features. The barrier is in place so you can see the player can't get through now, but the baby zombies can. All right, so then the player gets up through here, and this first one's pretty hard to do, but you've got to get right on the corner of the stair here to be able to get across. And then I'll just go across creative mode because I suck at parkour. Then parkour through here. Then when the player gets to here, they press the button, they receive their goodies, but pressing this button also will engage this Harper clock. right? So it will engage this hopper clock. Signal strength will come down to here. We'll adjust that, right, to get the timing. And then these command blocks, two things will happen actually. The dispensers will activate and give the goodies. And then after a certain amount of time, this will activate, and this will undo the features, do some and undo some of the features right away. So we're doing actually quite well with this, even though it's taking a long time. But this is not an easy thing to figure out. At least it's not for me. I think the next thing that has to happen is we need to get timings. But two things need to happen immediately upon pressing that button. Immediately, the goodies need to be dispensed, and these features down here need to be dispensed. So that has to happen. Yeah, and that's not going to work like that. Not quite. So I'm thinking something like that. And something like this. These need to appear. The only thing I'm a little concerned with is when I remove those, it's going to make a hole in the floor. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. We'll have to see what happens. But so they get their items. They come through the water here and then up and over, but then they can't get through again. Right? And that's the idea. And then I'm thinking of leaving this like this, and then maybe then the water will drain. The parkour features will drop back. Baby zombies can also climb up over this, and then when they get on through to here, then the barriers disappear. So let's start by putting in the dispenser system. This should reset that. That also is going to need to be a reset. And now I do have a system in place with code to take care of this. But I just activated it again. Thunder. That's okay. It's gonna be all right. Yeah. So I have this set not so it's down here where your feet are, but up here where the player's head is. That way, if the player is jumping around and stuff, it'll still activate that feature, right? That's the idea. That should reset that. Okay, we should be in good shape. I just have to remember not to be up in the air when I'm crossing over here. Okay, let's do this. So the idea behind this is signal strength. So when I put this in, it'll cause a certain signal strength to come out. But, and what I want is when this reaches, when this is activated, this moves over here and locks this hopper, but it frees this hopper, and this has the initial mount in it. And so then the items will start to move over to this hopper, but they'll remain there because this hopper will be locked because the redstone will be over that. Right? Now, when this hopper becomes full to capacity, that's when I want the signal to come out. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And so I have the comparator set with the lines of redstone just to be long enough where I can put the items in here. And once this reaches its signal strength, that means all of these items have been moved here. This will be at full signal strength. Then this can come out, and then it will make it all the way across here where it can then activate our various commands, right? And then once this is activated, these will then flow back into here, and this will be reset. So that's the way that that'll work. But there are two things that have to happen immediately. The dispenser has to engage immediately. That needs to happen. And I think I know how to make that work. We might be able to just come off of that with another observer. Now, I could do an observer observing observers. Yeah, I could do that kind of a thing. But what I would like to have happen here is this to engage and then disengage. That's the case. I suppose I could move this to the other side, but I do like to have a little bit of room between these. And I could probably get away with just doing that. I mean, this would get a signal first, but I don't think it really matters. So we should get just a pulse off of this, which would give a click, click, and that would put these items up on the surface. That should happen, right? So let's just try that quickly. If I can get over there. Yeah, that one came down through the floor. But let's take a look at the other one. Yeah, it looks like I only got one of these to activate. Which is, you know, kind of weird. Because I do have a pulse going into each one. Oh, there it is. It just... Oh, you know what I think is happening? Because there aren't any blocks around this, this has a choice to either push up or kind of push downward through that crack right there. So I think that might be what's happening there. I need to put some blocks around this to make them pop up through there. Hello, Dora. Hey, you can all see the auto shout out up there for Dora Explorer. Fellow buffoon, how are you doing today? But I was fiddling around with this the last time and trying to get something decent to work through here, and it's driving me nuts. You know what? I don't know if this can gap that or not. Exhausted. Uh-oh. Dora. Okay, it doesn't. It'll power this, but it doesn't transfer up through there. In order to do that, I think we need a few of these. But I don't think that this... Now, the signal will definitely make it up through this one, but might not make it up through that one. And also, it would need a 90-degree turn on that. So we're going to need to do that kind of a thing. Yeah, this is a pain in the butt. This is weird because this is actually a little bit trickier than you might think. If we had that coming in. And then we had that doing something like that. And then that doing something like that. Then when we get over to here, now the other thing is, I think because I was positioned close to the dispensers, I think the items came over into my inventory. Yeah, see, this is where they're supposed to be. And that'll be covered up like that. The player's standing here to press the button, and then those items will go right into their inventory. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Indeed. So, Dora, sorry to hear that you're feeling exhausted. What's up? Are you just tired from work, or? Let's see, we could do that. Okay, so that fires immediately. And then we could do a similar thing now with a command block to make the additional steps come in. Working with a load of babies and toddlers. Oh. So I assume that's at a daycare or some such thing. And that is, that's a tough job. Having raised 2 boys myself, yeah. Okay, we could do something like that. If these were on this side, that would bring that here. I could, I guess, make that a little bit more compact by doing something like... like this, and then maybe bringing the signal, I would have an additional... Yeah, I could do something like that. I think would be a little bit more compact. You know, compactness really isn't that much of an issue for this. Ah, but see, without the repeater, we get a double pulse. And that, my friends, is a little too much. Yeah, so we do need the repeater if we want a single pulse. And in this configuration, there's not quite enough room to shoehorn a repeater in there. That would, now you might be thinking you can make a repeater right across here, but then you lose this one, right? So now we might something like that. Yeah, see, we'd wind up pulling a repeater off of that, though. So that would be nice if I could pull something off of here, but like, for example, I don't know if I can step this up from here or not. Because I could have a piece of redstone dust down here. Right, and I could have another repeater coming off of that, right? I could do something like that. But it's, yeah, that's a little too much. What else could I do? See, I'm a little reluctant to do that because I'm getting a little close to this redstone. I don't like that. Now, see, I could do something like this, and then I would need some sort of output here. And I think you could start to see where some of those problems are, right? I mean, I think I'm just going to have to do what I did and just have it on the back side. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could come up with a way to make it a little bit more compact, but I think I'm just going to have to settle for this. It's just a little bit further away from the apparatus. But, see, the repeater coming out of here just gives it the one tick. That's what's nice about that. I mean, that certainly works, but you know, we're not really crammed for space, but that should do its thing. See, that's nice. And then both of the items have disappeared. Where did they go? Did they drop down below again? Looks like they did. Yeah, and I wasn't anywhere near at that time, so... Okay, that time they went above, right? Okay, but it's weird. It's like they're falling through the floor. It's like initially they get launched upward, but then they fall through the floor. And I don't like that. I don't like it. So... yeah, see, I want them to linger here. Yeah, we lost one of the sticks. And I think what's happening is this kind of thing. It needs some sort of barrier. Let's do this. Glass. The reason why I'm using glass is I don't want this to conduct through to there. I want those to be insulated from each other. All right, let's try this now. There we go. And there's both items. Oh, they're bouncing. And then falling. Oh. So that's what's happening. Yeah, so they do a little dance up there. That's... Oh, I get it now. Oh, I get what's happening. That's kind of odd. Now, that's not too much of a problem. The player will be standing there and they'll automatically pop into the player's inventory. But if the player is somehow back a little bit here. Yeah, see, I want them to stay right there. That's not bad. All right. So the idea is to have some blocks around the dispensers so the items can't fall back down through. Okay. All right. So be it. It makes it a little weird to reload this though. Yeah, because I don't like that. I'm just wondering if there has to be blocks under it. Yeah, see the boots like danced right off the edge there. The shillelagh. Yeah, see, look how far over it moved. Yeah, that's gonna be... It's gonna be a bit of a problem. I wonder... No, please, hands. Okay. Now, I wonder... I wonder if something like this is going to do it. Slam. Let's try this. Now, how much room do we have here? We have... please let me out. Up through here. All right, now... We have this. It looks like we just need a block like all the way around and maybe a few blocks back in that direction. Because I think these blocks here, because they're elevated, will prevent them from moving even further out. So I think we should be all right. Let's try it out. So I'm thinking. I can't do that because of the redstone. These should not conduct a redstone signal. This might be an issue here. It might be. But maybe the redstone above this will block that from happening. I don't know. We'll find out. there are our items. What we're really going to have to do, though, is get the slabs in place again. No, no. Like that. Because that makes everything happen. Or not. Right? Okay, there's our little items dancing around. I think they did disappear again, though. Yeah, somehow they do disappear if they linger there too long. Yeah, there goes one. It looks like one just fell right through the dispenser itself. Yeah, there's the other one. The other one wound up way over there. You know, the last thing I want to have happen, you know, I do like the idea of them bopping up through the floor. I think that's really cool. But I really don't want, you know, this to be opened up and exposed so they sit right on top of there. I want them to be pushed up through the slabs. And you know what I think might be happening is, since that's only a slab, they get, instead of getting pushed up above the slab, they get pushed up actually higher than the slab, up to this next block here. And that way they can drift sideways through the gaps. I think that's what's happening. I mean, look at how much they jump around. Now, that should be okay. But do you see how this one wound up getting shot out there, and then the other one, looked like it dropped right down through the dispenser. The reason why I'm trying to use slabs is because I want to be able to reload the dispensers easily. Oh, when it comes time to reset the game. Okay, those are the items. But you can see just how much they're moving around there. And I don't need them to be able to stay there forever. But they do need to be able to remain there for a few minutes. And it looks like this time the boots fell down through. And the stick stayed atop. I think it'll be all right. I think if the player's just anywhere in this area and they push the button, I think they'll be okay. I'm going to go with that. And you know what? If there's any kind of random chance that items don't go into their inventory, maybe that's also like a game feature, right? Gotta pay attention. So I think I'm going to leave that like that. But see, that time the stick got chucked immediately. Yeah, you know, this is not good. Yeah, see, the stick wound up right there. And I'm thinking the only way that this is going to work, and you know, I could be wrong here. I'm thinking the only way that this is going to work is if this thing is completely surrounded by blocks. Now, I'll use glass for those, but and I'm thinking here. But the problem with this is reloading it, right? Again, I could do the slabs, but I think the slabs are part of the problem. Again, you know, I don't mind if they linger for a few minutes and then get pulled back down through the floor. I think that's actually okay. But that last time, that happened on the very first go, if you will. Let me see. This should translate this upward and into that. That should work. Okay, there they are. I gotta stay away from them now. Okay, it looks like the stick walked its way over here, which is a good thing. And see, the boots are still hanging there. That's good. Let's give it a few trials. And you know, I want to step away from it a little bit. You know, this is good. This is good. Again, I'd be reloading this from the bottom, not from the top. See how that one got pushed over to the side and now it's not prancing about? That's good. It's nice and stable. It's just hanging there. It's like the boots here didn't quite make it all the way up through. But that's good. They seem to be staying put. One more try. I think this is consistent enough. What am I doing for time? I got 15 minutes before the break. I'm doing very, very well. Okay, I like that. I'm satisfied. Hopefully that's not a re-emergent problem. Oh yeah, and we were thinking about reducing the durability of the items. Yeah, we were thinking about doing that, weren't we? So that way you can only use them for a certain amount of time and then they... All right. Let me see if there's a quick way to do that. So Minecraft, reduce durability in creative with command. Uses. Okay, so there should be a command right here. And you know what? I can do that here. So you see how I have all of the items here. We can just empty this entire thing. We'll start with just one. Right, we can do that. Same thing with these. Good. All right. Having trouble concentrating here. Reduce durability. And then we can also do a code in here. Craft. Give item with enchantment. Here we go. Enchants efficiency level 1. Okay. All right, let's try each one. So what I would want to do here is do something like this. With a baton. Let's see. There we go. And so this will generate, hopefully when we're done, let's actually bring it down by about one more block. Ugh, Thunder, please. Please. It's a little counterintuitive with the direction. Like this. We can go... Put some redstone across the top. It's a little bit hack, but it'll be just fine. Come on. There. Got it. Okay. Now we can do a command. Will give us the boots and then the shillelagh. Item like this. You see, give with JSON components inside the display name tag like display name text. Oh, okay. All right, let's see if we can do this. This is going to be difficult. Well, it's not going to be difficult. It'll take a few tries, I'm sure. So, Okay, so we can do something like this. We can put in the give command, and then we can do what? Thinking at, yeah, maybe at player, right? Player, and then Minecraft colon like this, and then we'll do leather boots. There it is. Let's go put that in place, and now we're going to need some and then add and let's see if this will help us out. Okay, and then we'll add some features. Okay, we can say 1, and then we can do, it should be durability. All right, so let's do this. Let's find out what the durability is on these. Components. What's the toggle for the durability on? F3 plus H, that's what it is. So, to F3 and H like this. Tooltips. Oh, tooltips hidden. Efficiency, armor. Tooltips shown. Usually we get some sort of number for durability, right? See, I wanted to know what their total durability was. That way I could put somewhat less, right? But let's try it. Oh, okay. We could put item modifiers in here too. I'm not sure how that works. Because for Java 1.20.5 plus, and we're in 1.21.6, so that should be certainly syntax give at player the item damage value 10 gives you a stick that's used that has to be used 10 times out of 59 max. We could do something like this, although the code's starting to get a little long for that, but it works with percentage. So I'm looking at on my other display. I'm looking at a code. There's Jeppo. And there's OPG. Hey, how you doing there, OPG? You should see the auto shoutouts up there for both OPG and Jeppo. Did it come at the right time? Yes. Sorry, I just noticed now, but I'm figuring out code. How are you? I am doing excellent. How are you? Over there in the Netherlands. OPG, I did see you were streaming a little bit earlier when I was out on the road. How'd your stream go? Do I know Cake the band? They do sound familiar. I should. Oh, yes, I do know Cake the band. Yes, I do. MR lives in California. Yes. Did they do Hey Man, Nice Shot, or did they do The Distance? They did The Distance, right? You spent today remaking one of their songs. Which one? Is it The Distance? Yeah, The Distance is like their most renowned hit, right? That was playing here on K-Rock. I would say in the 2010s, somewhere around there. Mr. Mastodon Farm. I don't think I've heard that one. I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of theirs. I just know that one song from covering it. It's so catchy. I'll definitely check it out. I haven't listened to their stuff in a long time, actually, so that's cool. It'll be cool to dust them off. Now, you say you're working on one of their songs, Mr. Mastodon Farm. So, when you say you're working on it, are you covering it like with a ukulele, or are you using it in a song parody? I made mouth noises. Oh, okay. Singing. Well, I guess Cake would be good, if you're... Because it's almost like rap spoken word, right? Almost. It's more rhythmic, of course, than spoken word is. So it's a little bit more like rap, right? But it's like the whitest sounding rap you could possibly have. It's cool, though. To reconstruct it, including different percussion. Oh, all right. It's kind of like a kid's macaroni project. Okay, all right, all right. Jumbo would be interested in hearing that. Let's go with the easiest thing. Damage and then value, and let's see what it has. Has item here. Damage 10. 10 times out of max 59. We'll just keep putting up the damage, increasing the damage until we get it to a decent. We could also look at that. We could look this up. We could say Minecraft leather boots. Total damage value, like that. Do not have a total damage value in the way weapons do. Leather boots have a durability of 65 points. See, that's what I need to know. All right, you don't have to get picky with the way I worded it. If you don't have a total damage value. Okay, fine. Fine. What bits of Baby Zombie Rush are you working on? I'll pull back. We're about to do our 3-minute ad break, and then when I return, I'll show you where we're at. Angel by you, Angel. Hey, welcome on in. Got a lurk, but hi, how are you? Yeah, I did see you were streaming a little bit earlier. I was on the road earlier, so I wasn't able. I hope your stream went well. Gonna lurk and get back to my mine. Okay, Dora. We're going to take our 3-minute break. Let me just get this code in here for this, and then we'll do that. Let's see what I have here. I need the curly brace, and it's right after the item name with no space. Okay, so it should be right here, and then there should be a damage like that. Although I'm not seeing the option for that. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing the option to put damage in there. But maybe I have to put the whole thing in. So damage and then colon. And then out of 65. So I want those to break pretty darn soon. So I just don't know how the damage, which direction it goes in. Like, oh, okay, no, they tell me here. Gives you a stick that has been used 10 times out of 59. Okay, got it. Got it. So we said it's what, 65 is the, and I don't care what they say, it's total damage. How do you like that? Durability of 65. And so let's put these at maybe 55? See, I'm concerned that that is red right there. I don't like that. That should be yellow or green. Yeah, see, it should be no typos, right? That's weird because they give you the option to put the item there. What if there's a space there? Yeah, I don't think this code is working for this. I think this might be like an older version of code or something that doesn't... Unless I need something like that, and then the damage for the modifiers, right? Like, can I find damage here? Like this, see? See, it tells you what to do. Damage equals maybe 55, like that. Comma, and then, oh, and we can put the, oh, we can put all the modifiers in like this. Oh, I like that. We wanted damage. We wanted an enchantment, right? That's really the only two things we need. Can I put in depth? No, it doesn't look like that's an option. Lowercase? It doesn't look like it gives me an option for that. All right, it gives me equals. Expected valid unquoted stream at position 75, enchantments, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right, but... Looks like it's all. Give command and then. See, I don't know if I have to then further separate these. Right? Like, do I need to... Usually they'll just let me select stuff here, right? But maybe I just type it in, right? Like depth, Strider, and then put in a number like 3. And then I think I might have to just close it out like that. But I don't think it's going to let me do that. I think it's just going to be an error. Because it's in red, right? So it doesn't... So if I do something like this, I don't get the depth Strider 3 boots. So I don't think that that code's correct. So I'm good right up to there. Right, so if I do this, and then I can... I just wonder if I need some other syntax value in there, like this or something. I'm just looking at the code and it's not giving... Jeppo, I'll be in and out too. Okay. I was good up until that point. I may need a little ChatGPT on this one. I mean, I'm just using the search bar GPT AI for Google, but because it's like, you know, it looks like we can get the damage value on here. It just doesn't look like. And then how to close it out after, right? Okay, well, that's how we do that. So if I did this, and then I did that, I would get, and see the leather boots have the damage to them. We just need to know how to put the enchantment on them. It could be like I need a separate command, but I don't think so. The idea is to then, I can then just take these like this, and then just refill the, restock this, and then do the same thing with the shillelagh. Yeah, something like that. All right, what I'm going to do right now is take our 3-minute ad break, and then I will be right back, and we'll continue on with this. Hey there. Welcome back. All right, so we did get this to spit out the boots. What may wind up being the case though is we might not be able to do like multiple things in one command. Like we might not be able to have like leather boots with damage 55 and the enchantment on them, but I think we should be able to do that. Okay. So I'm doing a little bit of a search here. Damage 55, comma, enchantments. Right. Oh, okay. So here it goes. So what we need to do next, I think, is for the next one, we have to separate these out. So we do need a comma. We do need the enchantments like this with the equals, but then we need curly brace. And then it says levels. Huh. All right. But let's try it. Levels. And let me see. Colon. And then it says curly brace again. Like this. Let me see. Remember, just switch screen. We're good. Okay. Curly brace again. And then craft colon. And it should be depth. Strider. Colon. And then 3. And then we should have 2 curly braces to close. And that, and then give me one of those. But see, I'm a little concerned where I'm not getting the green or the yellow. So this does not look good to me. Right. Give, okay. This doesn't have a leather boot with Minecraft in front of it, but I think it'll be okay. Right, that should be fine. Right. Here damage is lowercase. lowercase ends in 55. There is a comma there that I can see. No space. Again, the word Minecraft is not put in there, but okay, enchantments with an S. We're good. Equals. We should have curly brace, right? Should be levels, no typo. Colon. We should have Minecraft. Depth Strider. Colon 3. 2 to close because we had 2 to open. 1 to close back here. Space and then 1. Unknown or incomplete error, see below. All right. Is it telling me? No, that's just previous. It says see below for error. But I'm not seeing below. Previous output. Impulse. Yeah, it's not showing me what the error is. If I get to the end of the line like this, maybe it gives me this. Minecraft depth strider 3 with 1. Yeah, you know, it gives me the leather boots, but not with the enchantment. The syntax you provided did not work. All right. They're saying, well, here, change it to this. So let's try it out. So they did what? They removed the word levels, which I was a little bit suspicious of. So if we go through and remove levels now, and that gets rid of one curly brace, so we need to get rid of one curly brace over here. Yeah, see, we're still getting an error. Let's make sure Minecraft colon depth strider, Minecraft colon depth strider, colon 3. Yeah, that looks good. And it's telling me, oh, this time I tested it. Here's player at P, right? Let's make sure all my spacings are correct. Right, space at player, that's good. Leather underscore boots is good. Bracket, good. Okay, they don't have damage in front of Minecraft, so let's pull that out. Let's put the brace back in, damage, 55, okay. It's still red though, that's not a good sign. Enchantments equal. Again, they removed Minecraft in front of... No, they kept it in there. Okay, yeah. Depth underscore strider 3, 1. All right. Still getting an error. There's Lone Star. Hey, welcome on in, Lone Star. You should all see Lone Star's auto shout out up there. How are you doing today, sir? Run this exact command. The boots enchantments levels Depth Strider 3 do not include Minecraft here. All right, let's take a look now. Let's see what it's doing. And let's knock that out of there for right now. We'll duplicate one here. And let's see if we can just get the enchantment command running first. We'll do that, and then we'll see if we can join them both together. And so we need / give space. Oop. Look, give space, and then let me see, at player. That should give to the nearest player, and then we'll do again the leather _ boots like that. With the bracket. Okay, and then we need to have enchantments. Right, and you could scroll down and select those from enchantments, but enchantments, let me see, no typos, right? Equals should be in place. That should be fine. Equals, and then curly brace should be Depth Strider _ Strider :3 in front of Depth Strider. So we should have 2 curly braces somehow. Where's the second one? Oh, okay. Oh, they want levels. Okay. Enchantments equals curly brace levels : there it is. And then curly brace again, Depth Strider 3 like that. Bracket like this. Malformed enchantments component, not a number. Failed to get element Minecraft levels missed input at position enchantments. You know what? It could be the numerical 3 is a problem. Error is stating malformed component. Component, and then colon, and space, not a number. So I'm thinking the Arabic number 3 might have to be the Roman numeral 3, but we'll see. Semicolon. Failed to get element. Minecraft levels missed. this. Minecraft colon levels. Missed input. I should be able to copy that really and just paste it in because my typing's so terrible. It'll take the entire stream for me just to complete this. And then curly brace levels. See, if I understood the code better, I could just look at this and figure out what the problem is based on the error message, but I'm not good enough for that yet. Levels. Let me see. Another curly brace. Depth starter 3. Strider. And then colon 3. Curly brace. For that. Okay, let's do this. Let's give ChatGPT that and see what it says. Oh, and there's Waylander Tone. Hey, Thunder was lurking in Angel's stream until she raided a game. Welcome on in. Why your version failed? Okay, this is correct value. Damage 55, a level 3. Note the critical details levels. Curly braces, not square brackets. Uses equals, not colon. Let's make sure that I typed that correctly. Depth started 3. Oh. Okay, it's blaming me for its mistake. And it's saying, if this errors, your world is not actually running 1.20.5 plus. Yeah, I did tell you it was 1.21.6, ChatGPT. I did tell you that. Okay. Minecraft is choking on. You're extremely close. Problem is brackets versus braces. This is correct, valid instruction. Yeah, okay, so it does acknowledge 1.21.6 now. Damage equals 55. Enchantments equals. Okay, so let's just do enchantments right now. Minecraft Depth Strider equals 3. Yeah, that's not going to work. But let's see, done like this. Yeah, this isn't going to work either. Let's make sure leather boots. We've got enchantment equals levels colon another curly brace. This time this is, but this probably doesn't matter. Depth starter 3. Starter equals 3 like that. Okay. Minimal test. Leather boots, enchantment level. Okay. See, I wish I were better at command blocks, but you know, I just don't do this enough in Minecraft. So you get to watch me learn how to do it on stream, which is thrilling, I'm sure. Right, equals curly brace, levels, right, colon, right, curly brace again, Minecraft colon depth strider equals, here they have 1 just as a test, but and they promised me this will definitely work, but it's not. Yeah. And then let me see, still getting an error. Details not stated. All right. You know, usually, even if ChatGPT gets it wrong, I can look at it and figure out what needs to be right. Yeah, they just added the numeral 1 on the end of it. So this told me that this is the way that this is supposed to happen. So / give at P, leather boots, and then they added the damage in at this point, but damage, and then they have an equals, and then we said 55, comma, and then without a space, enchantments equal. They did levels colon with a curly brace in front of levels. Yes, curly brace. And then they took out the Minecraft colon. They have depth strider. They put in the 3 back in here. Curly brace, bracket, space 1. Yeah, and it's still giving me a still receiving an error, details not stated, right? So I was thinking, you know, we could try to get one that works for each one. Does happen, especially on servers, realms, or modded fabric loaders, which might be a case. And then they went back to what we had before. I'll try theirs, this last one that they're suggesting, but see, usually Minecraft will just queue you your options of what comes in the next space of the line, right? So, and then you just choose it, and that way you know that that'll work because that's what it's suggesting, you know? That's what it's looking for. It's looking for something like this, one of these things. And then, you know, you put in a comma or a curly brace or an equal, and then where the cursor is, you see the options again. You know, now in this part of the code, you can put this, and it's usually very good that way. So it's telling me / and give space at P for nearest player. Now notice how it gives me a place. It's prompting me for curly brace next, right? But it doesn't necessarily have to do that. Could be Minecraft leather boots, right? So but look at the options it gives us, though. Let's just do. We can do it like this, and then we can pull back to here and do the leather. Could be a problem with this. Oh no. Okay, there's the leather boots. Right. So we're good up to that point. And now we need to modify the leather boots. Okay, so what they're probably having here is they're probably juggling around the hierarchy of curly braces versus brackets. So can we? Yeah, see? Expected white space to end one argument. So, yeah, I'm thinking curly brace doesn't go there. I'm wondering if it's... No, we can't put that there. So how do you modify something, right? So it's looking for a bracket there. Now these are like attribute modifiers. And so they're telling me things I can put in here, right? Like a durability. And I can put in a durability. Let's now see, this is what I'm thinking. So we can put damage in here. And we wanted 55. And then comma. Now, what else can we put in here? We can put in another attribute, right? We can come down into here. And we can put in an enchantment. Right? So, enchantments. Now, I think we need to tell it what comes next for enchantments. But notice how it doesn't get, see? Unexpected string position enchantments. So it kind of looks like equals isn't an option there. I mean, but there's the yellow for equals. And then, so what's next? Is it brace? No. Is it curly brace? No. What if I do enchantments? So it's a problem here, I think. Like enchantments is okay, but it makes me wonder, right? If we have all right, so what if I tell ChatGPT? Oh, I can't paste from there, can I? All right. I'll just type it in. It's a little bit tedious, but I'll type it in. / give comma, Craft. And then we need to come on over to here. Minecraft enchantments. Like this equals. Okay, so we can tell it this. Point after equal sign error states expected a value unquoted string. A valid unquoted string. At position 76, at position 76. All right, let's see what ChatGPT has to say. So they just want a value in there. So they're looking for a number. Okay. You know what, though? It doesn't give me options to put anything in. And this is what I don't like. Now it's telling me I need curly braces at this point. And this is what I don't like, because it's saying, you know, that if I go and I put in quotes right here, right? It doesn't like the quotes. So, like, what can I put in here? Incomplete command. All right, so maybe I can put something. Maybe this isn't necessarily bad, right? So I could put those things in there. I would think, let's ask it, what should follow enchantments? What is the argument for that? See, now, this is saying if I put curly brace here, like this, it's saying if I do levels like that, with a colon and another curly brace, Now, see, there should be a whole string of things to choose from. Depth Strider 3, a Soul Speed 3, all kinds of things from which to choose. And we're not getting that. So they're looking for item and count here. Right? What are they looking for here? Where does that go away? Levels. Minecraft. And they're also looking for, at this point, under the curly brace. Okay, so the item and then the count. So I think they're saying Minecraft. I think I know what it is. So they're saying Minecraft depth underscore Strider. Now, I don't think... Okay, not a number. Failed to get an element element Minecraft levels, missed input. Okay, so are they looking for the 3? What if it's this? And then 2 here. And then, let me see. If we do that. Incomplete command. Yeah, we're not getting that. Okay. I think one of the things that also affects this is the fabric. Whatever version of fabric I have in on here also affects this. So it's not just 1.21.6. It's 1.21.6 with whatever that fabric JSON is, right? So that kind of affects the syntax. I think that's what might be happening. What if it's depth strider equals 3? Nah, it doesn't like that. See, I'm thinking that it should give me something here. See, because let's separate them. Let's separate them. See, because damage, you can put in a value for damage, right? So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to end it with a brace like this. And then, yeah, just give me one of those. And this should be okay. Right? So we already know that this works. Right? Because we get that in our inventory. And you can see where it spits it out right there. Okay? Now we've got to get the enchantment in here. So this would be, instead of damage, we should get enchantments. And then we should get an option for enchantments. And we don't. See, we get the equal sign, and that's fine. But then we should get an option for enchantments. See, I could put the equal sign in there, but then what? Malformed Minecraft enchantments. component, not a map M. See, I don't get an option for enchantments that I could scroll through like I did for damage. So if I had this and I did like Curly Brace right there, I should have now an option for like Minecraft :depth _ Strider. And see, you should get a scroll where you can look that up, right? As a modifier. So there's something with the enchantment modifier. So leather boots after this comes with what? Enchantments equals, and now they really want to put levels after this. And now see, it does say item and then count. I wonder if the equal sign is throwing it off. But I mean, they do give us an option for equal sign. I mean, you do see it appear there in yellow. Enchantments, like, see, there's no option to do anything else there, right? No typos, right? Colon, and then they want, and then after that, another hierarchy of curly braces like this. And then they want depth _ Strider. And then they want another underscore. And then they want a numerical value. We have 3. But then they want curly brace, bracket. And here's where we get this malformed again. Not a number, failed to, yeah, at position 36. So it's weird. It's weird. I mean, what if it's a curly braces kind of thing, though, where maybe that shouldn't be in there and that shouldn't be in there? So we have one curly brace, but it's saying an incomplete error, right? Then, of course, there's always this, too. Oh, look at that. Okay, this will work it. All right, so this is what the problem is. See, ChatGPT isn't always right. So if I go like this, now see, I get the depth strider 3. See how I got that? Nice, right at the critical point of like 1 minute over. Right at the very end of the stream, I figure it out. Okay, so I should now be able to add this condition into this one. Damage equals 55. And then it should be comma, enchantments equals this. All right. So I'm thinking right here, I can put that whole thing in there. See, like that. And then if I get to this point over here, please work. That would be so nice. If I just put a comma here and then Control V like this, and then I come over to here, and then I think we're good. So if I do that, done, we did it. Okay, and so you can see now where I get this, and then I get this, and then I can come over to here, and then I can just take these like this, and I can do this, and I can restock. That's really all I wanted to do. All right. And then I can do the same thing with the shillelagh right over here. And I can get its durability too. Yeah, I can do the same thing over here. Let's get the directionality on it correct. And you know what? I can then just do the same kind of syntax here over to here. All right. I'm going to wrap up the stream. I am not going to raid out because I am late for going to fetch Kachi. I really need to go do that. I'm not late, but I will be in about maybe 7 minutes. So I got to get out of here. Okay. Thanks for dropping by today, everybody. It was really cool to see you. Just remember that we do this generation stream every Wednesday, usually from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today was a little earlier because of Kachi's early release from his school. Our next stream will be Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Buffooncraft season 6, and we just recently updated the server to 1.21.11, so we have the Nautiluses, and we have the spears and all kinds of cool stuff. I already got spears, the Nautilus, all that cool stuff. We're done with the Christmas stuff. No more Lucky Block redeems, and so I'm back at the base, working on the base. I need to get that done so badly. So, and then the stream after that should be Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That should be Kachi time, and that should do it. Everybody, thanks again for dropping by. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your morning, wherever you happen to be, and join us again next time. Bye for now.